You probably remember Steve Jobs, the brilliant mind, the pioneer who changed the world of technology forever. But behind that brilliance, Steve was quietly struggling with digestive issues long before his illness became public knowledge. The problems likely stem from things most people never suspected: seemingly healthy eating habits that, over time, strained the delicate balance of his body. Now, to be clear, there was no single food that caused Steve's health struggles. But today's research reminds us that even the healthiest foods, when not understood or used properly, can silently become a burden on the body, especially after age 60. Take nuts, for example. Tiny, crunchy, packed with nutrients, right? Yet day after day, if eaten incorrectly, they can silently cause bloating, indigestion, diarrhea, signs that your digestive system is waving red flags, begging for relief. It sounds harmless until those little annoyances add up, leading to nutrient loss, weakened immune systems, and over time, serious health consequences that no one sees coming. That's why today, we're lifting the veil on the mystery. We're not here to put down nuts. They're powerful allies when used wisely. But we're going to show you exactly how poor nut digestion can happen and how to enjoy them safely, keeping your gut healthy and your body thriving. Let's explore the hidden digestive dangers that many older adults are unaware of and how you can protect yourself starting today. 1. Gas when your gut starts sending silent warnings. Think about it for a moment. You've probably passed a little gas after eating. Maybe you've even joked about it. But what if that little discomfort isn't just normal, it's a silent sign that your body is struggling? You're not sure? Here's a simple way to understand it. As we age, our natural digestion slows down. Nuts, while healthy, are high in insoluble fiber, the type of fiber your gut bacteria love to enjoy. But when they do, they create gas. And because age makes our intestinal lining thinner and more sensitive, gas can build up more quickly, leaving you feeling bloated and uncomfortable. Have you ever felt like this? You snack on a few nuts, and soon your stomach feels tight, bloated, as if you need to loosen your belt just to breathe. It's not always about how much you've eaten, it's about how your body is processing it. And here's the hidden danger. When you continue to ignore these little signs, thinking it's just bloating, you're actually putting more stress on your gut. Over time, it becomes harder for your body to absorb nutrients, harder to maintain energy, harder to feel like yourself. So what's a gentle way to help your body? Start small. Eat just a small handful of nuts a day. Favor soaked or sprouted nuts whenever possible. Give your gut the break it's been silently begging for, and you'll feel the difference in ways you might not expect. If you've ever felt bloated after eating nuts, comment one below. You never know, sharing your story might help someone else feel less alone today. 2. Bloating. Why your favorite nuts might be leaving you heavy. Think back for a moment. Remember when you could enjoy a handful of nuts without thinking? No tightness, no discomfort. Just a quick snack and move on with your day. But today, it feels different, doesn't it? Just a few bites and suddenly your belly feels like it's bloated from the inside out. If you're not sure why, let me explain in simple terms. As we age, our digestive systems become a little slower, a little less forgiving. Nuts, especially raw nuts, are high in phytates and tannins, natural compounds that slow down digestion. Plus, their high fiber content stays in your gut longer, drawing in water and creating that heavy, bloated feeling. What once passed easily now lingers, and that lingering leads to bloating. Have you noticed this in yourself? You eat a small handful of almonds or cashews, not even a full serving, and 20 minutes later you feel heavy, sluggish, and uncomfortable in your clothes. Maybe you even need to sit down, loosen your belt, and breathe more deeply to relieve that pressure. It's not just getting old, it's your body begging for a little relief. He looks at the most important thing most people realize. Chronic bloating isn't just uncomfortable over time, it can put stress on the lining of your intestines, disrupt nutrient absorption, and even make inflammation worse. And many older adults simply accept it as part of normal aging. never realizing how easily they could change it. So what's one gentle step you can take today? Start by reducing the amount of nuts you eat to a small handful a day. Favor sprouted or soaked nuts, they're much easier to digest. And listen to your body. If you feel bloated, give yourself permission to cut back and try again slowly. If you've ever felt uncomfortable or heavy after eating nuts, comment at 2 below. Sharing your story might give others the courage to reconsider their habits. Feeling a little bloated after eating nuts can already be uncomfortable enough. But sometimes, your body doesn't just slow down, it speeds up in ways you don't expect. And when that happens, it's no longer just about feeling heavy. It can turn into something far more urgent and far more embarrassing if you're not careful. Let's talk about it next, because knowing what's really happening inside your body could save you from a situation no one wants to face. 3. Diarrhea. When a handful of nuts turns into a sudden emergency. Picture this. You're at a family gathering, laughing, chatting, maybe grabbing a handful of mixed nuts from the coffee table. And then, your stomach starts to churn. You shift in your seat, trying to ignore it. But deep down, you know you have to find the bathroom, quickly. If you're wondering why this is happening, here's a simple explanation. Nuts, while high in good fats, are also high in fat and fiber. When you eat a large amount quickly, or even a moderate amount if your digestive system is slower, it can overload your small intestine. Instead of slowly breaking things down, your intestines rush to push them out. That's when diarrhea strikes, often suddenly and without much warning. Have you ever felt this creep up on you? At first, it's just a slight cramp. Then it becomes a wave of discomfort that builds until you're rushing to excuse yourself, hoping no one notices. It's embarrassing, it's uncomfortable, and it can turn a fun moment into a silent panic. And here's the part that's often overlooked. Every time your gut pushes food through too quickly, you lose more than just comfort. You lose vital fluids, electrolytes, and nutrients that your body desperately needs to stay healthy. Over time, this can silently undermine your health in ways you don't notice until it's too late. So what's one gentle step you can take today? Eat just a small handful of nuts at a time, no mindless snacking. Choose soaked or sprouted nuts for easier digestion. And always, pay attention to what your body is telling you after you snack. If you've ever had to gallop to the bathroom after eating nuts, comment at 3 below. Your story may remind others to listen to their own bodies. 4. Hidden mineral loss. When your strength fades without a sound. Think about it. On the outside, you may feel fine. You still take your morning walk, you still get your work done. But deep inside, something may be quietly slipping away without any obvious warning. And if you're not sure what's going on, let me explain in simple terms. Nuts, especially when eaten raw and in large quantities, are rich in natural compounds called phytates and tannins. These compounds are nature's way of protecting the seed, but in your gut, they can bind to important minerals like calcium, magnesium, zinc, and iron. Instead of absorbing these vital nutrients, your body simply excretes them. Over time, this silent loss of minerals can quietly eat away at your strength, bones, and energy stores. Have you noticed subtle signs like these? Feeling weaker after activities that used to come easily? Experiencing more leg cramps, brittle nails, or random pains you can't explain? It doesn't happen overnight, but the slow drain is real, and for older adults, it's more important than ever. And here's the part that most people miss. You may be eating a healthy diet, doing everything right, but if you're loading on improperly processed nuts, you could still be starving your body of minerals it desperately needs. So, what's one gentle step you can take today? Prioritize sprouted or soaked nuts whenever possible. Eat only moderate portions, about a small handful a day. And give your digestive system the best chance to nourish every part of you inside and out. If you've ever noticed yourself feeling weaker or more tired without knowing why, comment 4 below. You might be surprised to find out how many other people are secretly feeling the same way. 5. Immune weakening, when small nutrient gaps open big doors to illness. Think back a little. There was a time when a common cold barely slowed you down. You recovered quickly, a little rest, some soup, and you were good again. Your body was strong, resilient, ready for anything. But if you notice things changing, there's a good reason for that. If you're not sure, here's a gentle explanation. As we age, our immune systems naturally become a little less effective. Now add in the silent nutritional deficiencies like zinc, magnesium, and iron deficiencies from eating too many unsprouted grains. Phytates and tannins in raw grains block the absorption of these important minerals, silently depleting the building blocks your immune system relies on. At first, it's not so serious. It's just that recovery times are slower. Sneezing and sniffling more often. Maybe infections seem to take longer than before. Have you ever experienced this? Maybe you catch a cold that takes a few weeks to fully recover. Maybe small cuts or bruises heal more slowly than before. It's not just getting older, it's a sign that your defenses may be weaker than they should be. And here's the hidden danger. A weakened immune system doesn't just make you more susceptible to colds, it also makes it harder to fight off bigger threats, like pneumonia, shingles, or chronic infections that can sap your strength and independence. So what's one small step you can take to stay healthy? Eat only a small portion of nuts, and when possible, choose sprouted or soaked varieties that are easier for your body to absorb. Give your immune system the tools it needs to protect you, just like it always has. If you find yourself getting sick more often or taking longer to recover, comment 5 below. You're not alone, and just a few tweaks can help you stay healthier longer. Practical tips: how to enjoy nuts without ruining your digestion. Let's change the subject a bit. You've heard about the risks: bloating, indigestion, unexpected urgent trips to the bathroom. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up nuts completely to protect your gut. If you're not sure how, let me share a simple tip that could change everything. Soak and introduce slowly. Think they'll work better together. Before eating nuts, especially if you don't eat them often, try soaking them in filtered water for a few hours. This gentle step helps break down compounds like phytates and tannins, making nuts easier to digest. Even better, start small. Instead of grabbing a handful right away, start with just a few seeds a day, letting your gut adjust slowly. It's not about rushing. It's about building a healthier relationship between food and your digestive system. Have you tried something like this before? Some people find they feel lighter, less bloated, and more energetic just by making this one small change. It's a subtle way to honor your body's needs without giving up the foods you love. And here's a gentle reminder: your gut doesn't need perfection, it needs patience. And small, consistent tweaks like soaking seeds and eating them mindfully can make a big difference over time. If you are willing to try this simple tip, please comment tip 1 below. I would love to know that you are taking this small but powerful step towards better health. Sometimes, it's not time that wears us down. It's the small things, the little habits we think are harmless that quietly chip away at our strength. Nuts aren't the enemy. They're a gift when we listen to what our body truly needs. You don't have to give them up completely. You just have to eat them the smart way. Think back to when you moved with ease, when your digestion felt effortless, when you trusted your body without hesitation. You deserve to feel that freedom again every single day. I know you might be sitting there, watching in silence, but imagine this. What if one simple change today could give you or someone you love years of better health ahead? Comment below if any of these signs surprised you. Share this video with someone you care about, especially those over 60 who might be quietly struggling too. And don't forget to subscribe to HEALZO, where small changes bring lasting hope.